we have June. June is quite busy as well. We'll put us down here. Okay, so we have Mercury goes direct, yay. Then Saturn goes retrograde, boo. And then we have the full moon on the 14th. And the moon is Gandanta, so that's going to be a very emotional time. Rahu, Venus conjunction. Then Venus goes into Taurus, Mars enters Aries, which this is the start of a lot of the strife that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then Neptune goes retrograde at 1 degree of Pisces and goes back into Aquarius on September 12th. That's going to be interesting. And will remain there until December 24th. So, you know, having Neptune go back into Aquarius is going to make us revisit a lot of the, like I said, I think a lot of the breathing problems, really. I feel like, you know, this might be an indication of virus coming back or something like that. And then we have the new moon, June 28th, 2:52 p.m., 13 degrees Gemini Ardra. And Ardra was the nakshatra where Rahu was when the pandemic started. Yeah. So that's what concerns me about this. What do you think?
Yeah, so we might be, you know, facing more a different. Now, new moon in Ardra is a different energy than Rahu in Ardra. Rahu in Ardra, for sure, it's a bigger thing. New moon in Ardra, well, now you can actually work with the pandemic kind of thing. I think by this time it will be more or less in control, in my opinion, but we'll be facing some other kind of new thing, in my opinion. Now, this particular new moon is kind of interesting because Mars is in Aries at this point, and Mars with Rahu, which is the nakshatra lord of Ardra, actually. So now Mars with Rahu is not something you want. That's when wars can actually break out. You know, our countries feel more like, okay, let's go to war and all that. That particular thing can become quite strong across the world. Or in general, we feel more combative. I'm not willing to let go of my thing, and stubborn kind of thing can be more strong. So there's a problem, actually. You might see that kind of thing happening at a global level. Now that's when this is a real problem, actually, because Saturn is aspecting Rahu and Mars, and so it's not, those are not easy planets to deal with. And there can be real arguments for some really nasty arguments, really. So Saturn aspecting Mars and Rahu, so that's something you really have to watch out in general. Now, Uranus is already there, Neptune going, there will be interesting to see how some of the technology that came up, how they are being revisited and all that you'll be going to see something like that also. But what I'm inclined to say is that with this Mercury being 12th house away from the new moon, the sign where new moon is happening, it's with Venus also. So a lot of financial kind of thing will play out, communication issues around financial thing, all that will play out, and all that also. So that's one more thing just to be open about. At least if you are not taking care of your expenses, now you'll be forced to take care of expenses kind of thing happening. That's one thing I can say for sure. Yeah.
Right. So Saturn's debilitation point is 20 degrees of Aries. Okay.
Yeah. So you have Mars will transit over that point after the new moon. So that is coming up for sure. And Saturn is retrograde also. So, but this particular new moon will be tough. So basically the month of June will be tough. So just take it easy. Usually it's good to get your projects going, but emotionally it'll be a tough month in my opinion because of Ardra and all that. So it's a time period where you'll have to scream, to get your things done. So no one is paying attention to you, then you find yourself screaming actually. So you might find the whole world screaming actually as a challenge actually during Ardra.
Scotty, beam me up.
Yeah.
These crazy humans here, I'm telling you.
Yeah.